getting started. Just getting started.
Little bitch ass right there. Yeah, I'm gonna get you right there. Yeah. Y'all ran up on me. What's up?
Hey, I don't be starting nothing with nobody. But if you start that shit with me, I'm definitely gonna finish it. This just starting. It's just starting. Might go to jail tonight. Around playing with me. This bitch nigga ran up on me and trying to start that shit. He didn't know I was gonna finish it. I socked one of his homies. Bah! Stop playing with me, bro. We from Dino. We from the Dino where shit really go down. You just be trying to do all that talking. Hey, I need somebody else too to tell me who that is in that video. I don't know who the fuck he is, but he was acting super tough when they ran up on me by myself. They all ran up on me by themselves and they was acting all that tough. As soon as I ran into that again with my, then he was, oh no, you started it. And then as soon as security coming on, now he want to act tough again. Like, stop that.
Bobby Green's management team released a statement saying, during a media interview earlier today, Radium Sports Agency client Bobby Green was unprovokingly accosted and attacked by a member of Arman Tsarukyan's team at the UFC host hotel. Bobby tried to avoid the conflict, but he was put in a position where he had to defend himself and his coach from the larger, aggressive group.
Been offered any fights. That's what I'm going about. That's why everybody keeps hitting me up like, yo, Kev, you're fighting. I haven't been offered any fights, like, whatsoever. So it's like, but I'm too hood for my own good. They already know what the fuck I'm gonna say.
DonnDavis in the UFC. Is that something that you'd ever entertain?
I don't know. Do you think he should be? I heard he just retired.
Yeah, I know the UFC is all about like the best of the best. As a fan, I'd watch it.
The other thing with him is, and I have no beef with the kid at all. I've probably said 2 words to him my whole life. Every time he's around, it's going down. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of people will see like when guys get into it on stage or something starts to happen, they're like, oh, they must love this or whatever. No, we don't love it.
So Marvin Vettori tweeted, "Pirate guy asked for me again, and all I can say I accept the request with open arms. Be careful what you wish for because it may happen, they say." Shara Magomedov fired back at Vettori saying, "I crave to share the cage with you. We can fill the stadiums and give people bread and circuses. I have no doubts in your fighting skills and spirit, but I didn't come out of music school. I asked the UFC to give me a chance to fight, and I will show everything that I can."
But that's easier said than when you're actually in the ring trying to do the work. But then, yeah, this fight I fought and I got knocked out. My first and only ever knockout loss, and then my only back-to-back loss as well. So for me, it was a lot of learning. But I'm glad it happened because I wouldn't be here where it was. And even the same guy now he watches all my fights, and every time I fight, like clockwork, he'll try and put something out like, I beat this guy. But I've never ever watched any of his fights, ever. So at the end of the day, no one knows who the f he is.
De esquerda. Opa, que entrou pra cá! Penetrou! Balançou Adesanya, vambora, Poitin! Penetrou! É você, Poitin! Foi pro chão! Vambora, Poitin! Cruzado de um lado pro outro! É a sua hora! E acabou!
At the end of the day, no one knows who the f he is.
Mas uma parada, assim, eu sempre vou falar isso, esse momento aí da luta, né? Voltando um pouquinho lá atrás, quando mais de 2 anos atrás, o Adesanya comentou e falou que no final do dia ninguém saberia quem sou eu, né? E vendo essa imagem aí agora, aí, ó, campeão, né? Ganhando aí novamente do cara. E aí eu posso falar aqui para todo mundo que está assistindo esse vídeo aí, né? Que não deixe com que as pessoas te diminuam, né? Você tem um sonho, você tem que acreditar, né? E fazer por onde que as coisas vão acontecer. Então, não deixe que as pessoas te coloquem para trás. Eu mostrei que eu posso fazer diferente. Olha ali agora, aquele cinturão ali. Ó.
Carreira do Poitin, é agora.
Look at Tony's last 6 losses, and you hear he lost 6 fights without knowing anything else, your jaw drops. If you were to look at that, again, not knowing Tony, you just get this information. I just come and bring you information that a guy has lost 6 in a row, and he hasn't been released, he's still around. And then I inform you that guy is a feature match of an upcoming pay-per-view. It would almost be like an oxymoron. You have a guy that's 0-6 in his last 6 on a featured match of a pay-per-view. If you look a little closer at those 6 fights that he lost, it was murderer's row.
Shout out to all the wags out there. It's been another good episode on Realize, Recognize, Wag-tastic.
This sounds terrible. Ian Garry, Machado, I'm sorry I have to do this to you, man, but what the is going on, dude? Where is it that his mind is really at with this whole thing, with obviously his wife being an author of a book called WAG, which is the acronyms for wife and girlfriend? How is it that you pick up a guy who is young and successful, and how is it that you can pretty much, you know, make him yours? Is this something that Ian Garry and his wife are actually plotting? Because if it is, you know what? That WAG is getting a lot of attention. That book could become a bestseller because she was able to get a younger, up-and-coming, undefeated Irishman, and she was able to make him a Machado. She was able to give her Portuguese last name, her Brazilian last name, Machado. The problem is with a guy like Ian Garry is you're in the fight game, man. You're literally in the fight game, Ian. And if you're not careful, if you're not thick skin, if you're not titanium, you're gonna eventually, your career could go down because psychologically your mind's not there. There goes that 26-year-old kid who had those lofty dreams of becoming the reincarnation of Conor McGregor. And now all that, because of love, goes down the drain.
The number one rule in fighting: there's no suing in fighting. Here's the good news. If you figure all that out, you get through this storm that you're dealing with, and you head kick Vicente Luque, you get on that mic and you rip the hottest freaking promo calling out Sean Strickland and Leon Edwards. Sean Strickland, come get some. UFC 300. Leon Edwards, yeah, I did get kicked out of the gym. Big deal. I'm glad I got kicked out. I'll see you at UFC 307. Double champ. Who wants it? Mic drop. Merch. Money. Different narrative. What? There's so much opportunity here, but you wasted it. You threatened lawsuit. Number one rule in prize fighting: you don't sue each other. I can't emphasize enough. Second rule of Fight Club: we don't shoot each other. Again, your weapons are these and those.
Dennis in the UFC. Is that something that you'd ever
I
entertain?
don't know. Do you think he should be? I heard he just retired. Probably said 2 words to him my whole life. Every time he's around, it's going down. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of people will see like when guys get into it on stage or something starts to happen, they're like, oh, they must love this or whatever. No, we don't love it.
This is the worst day of my life.
The worst day of your life so far.